Welcome to Square One Engineering's Monday Quickie Recap. We are talking about our experiences with this week's article. I hope you enjoy. Our Monday Quickie this week talks about how to establish your consulting price. It's funny that we're talking about this topic because I don't know about you, I get this question asked by different consultants and freelancers quite often. Even some of the vets too, on how do I continuously keep up in the market and stay competitive. Do you get this question asked to you a lot?
All the time. And often it's by people who have been in the consulting business for quite some time, and they're still trying to figure it out. So the question of how do I figure out my consulting rate and how do I charge clients is not just for people who are brand new in the business. It's for people who are just constantly looking at that particular part of their service. So I hear it a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I think one of the biggest things is to kind of step back and look at the full picture, the scope of the work, a little bit of the overhead that is necessary in order to perform that work. And I think that's the area that some consultants kind of get caught up in and not understanding how to price based off of that.
Right. At the end, and we talked about this in the article, at the end of the day, it's all about what value are you bringing to the table, and how good are you at the work that you're performing? And I think that's where I see some consultants lose sight of that. They'll price based on what their lifestyle dictates.
Sure.
We talked about that in the article, which is clients are not paying for your house, your car. They're paying for you to provide a service, and they're paying for the value that job requires, or maybe the output is a better way to describe that.
Yeah. Well, and I think one area too is you have to be a little bit flexible. You can't be black and white on when you're going in and pricing certain work. It's really busy right now. There's a ton of consulting, ton of project work out there. So I guess how would they figure out how to price their services based off of market value?
Another thing that we talked about in the article, and that's a great question because from conversations that at least I've had, I've learned that a lot of times the rates people throw out for the work that they're doing, they've just completely made it up out of thin air.
Yeah.
So we talked about in the article, there's a situation where I think the person for mechanical design work, they were charging $125 an hour. But the local market here in Orange County, in particular in Irvine, you can find people between $50 and $80 an hour on a pretty regular basis.
Yeah, very true.
So if you're at $125, you may be able to get the work, but that may hold you back from getting longer term projects or additional work, or you may find that you're competing much more in terms of going through the quoting process and so forth. So it's definitely something to consider, meaning understanding the market, understanding what other people are offering as a result of their consulting service, and then at what rate are they offering it at.
Yeah, absolutely. And since this is such a hot topic and something continuously being asked of us, this is why we're doing this topic during our consulting and coffee event next week, which is a small discussion group that we provide either network opportunity and different advice on just how to consult, how to get your name out there, and then how to price and negotiate as well. So it's going to be another forum where we can learn about the market and stay connected within the area, within the consulting space.